Hello to my Cappies, my Capricorns. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with a bonus video. This video may actually go up before your other video that's probably already in the queue. Somebody asked me if I would expound a little bit more on, I did a video, it's not necessarily on reincarnation. Everybody doesn't believe in reincarnation, so I'll try to simplify it a little bit. I'm going to kind of sort of go from the movie Ghost, starring Patrick Swayze and Whoopi Goldberg. Those movies obviously have some truth to it, like movies like that movie, Amityville Horror, movies like The Conjuring, movie like The Haunting in Connecticut, like I said, The Conjuring, but Ghost more so than anything, right? So if you all want to go back and watch it, I think it came out in 1990. Go back and watch that, because I've been getting that coming through really, really strong for you all lately. Like you all, somebody had to come in through your Saturn return. A Saturn return is when you're going through a major life cycle, right? I need you all to really pay attention to the reading. Really pay attention to the reading. This is where I talk about listening to water sounds so much. Your moon sign is just as important as your sun sign. And a lot of times people miss it because they're so busy trying to figure out if it's an ex is coming back and trying to wait for some kind of closure. I just need to hear back from somebody, and is my money going to grow? And you just miss it, right? And so you don't want to miss it if a loved one is trying to come back, if they're trying to protect you from something. You don't want to miss it, right? We all came here with a purpose and an assignment, and you don't want to miss it. In the movie Ghost, there is a man. His name is Sam Wheat. He is unalived by a shady business partner who he thinks is a friend of his, and it's either one guy or two guys. And he didn't even realize, he never saw it coming. Never, ever saw it coming. He and his wife, who's the actress Demi Moore, were coming home from somewhere. They had just finished seeing some show, entertainment or something, if I recall it correctly. They were coming home from somewhere and walking through a dark alley, and just like that, life taken away. So he came back through a psychic, right? And so it came in through a psychic, and obviously a lot of people don't believe in psychics. They don't believe in gifts, right? Obviously you all do. That's why you're tuned into the channel. You believe in people having spiritual gifts, right? Your intuition, that's part of a psychic gift, right? And so and a lot of you all know the movie. You're aware of it, but it is partly based on a true story. Because that's what takes people, that's what causes people to start to open up, step through a portal of wanting some answers as to what happened to loved ones when something happens that quickly, when a cycle ends that quickly. Like, people want answers to questions like, why did the cycle end so quickly? Like, we want to know why. You want to know why. What happened, right? So we just had a full flower moon in Scorpio. Scorpio is the death card. And we know that energy never dies. And so somebody wants to know, somebody wants answers. Somebody wants to know what happened. And it seems like you all were chosen to be the one to come through to find out what happened. And then this last full moon that we had in Scorpio, we had a full moon in Scorpio on Monday, where the lower part of the body, the genitals, the anus, the urethra, the prostate area is affected. In those areas is affected, where everybody got an opportunity to do some deep cleansing, of those areas. When you think about who you may have dated in the past, who you may have spent time with, maybe past regrets of like who you may have been in romantic relationships with, friendships, You know, you may, if you've been around people who were maybe incubus or succubus spirits that you may have regretted spending time with in unhealthy relationships. You may or may not have slept with them, but you may have felt like, okay, maybe you spent time with some friends who cheated on their significant others, and you just regretted being around them. It's like you just wish you could just roll back the hands of time, like, and could I have spent my time differently? Because time is money. Could I have just done something differently? Could I have just chosen to spend time with a different group of people, right? You know, had I just chosen to spend time a different way? Should I have just gotten my behind up and just gone home, or should I have just chosen something different? Have I not stepped through that door? Should I have just listened to my first mind? You see what I'm saying? And so maybe that's a movie you all need to watch, because I feel like you have a loved one that may have come through during a Saturn return for you all to come through, to look through your lens, to show you who was responsible for maybe taking them up out of here, who may have played a role in taking them up out of here. So you all need to pay attention. Pay attention. Just set the tone. I've already prayed over your cards. I trust my intuition. There it is. You need to learn how to trust your intuition. Y'all need to be really drinking your water. You need to be really drinking your water. You need to be really drinking your water. A lot of you all are having deja vu. Deja vu is a gift. It's a psychic gift. It feels like you've already been here, like you're remembering the future, almost like you know how a story ends. You don't know why, but it's like you feel like you've been like, okay, I feel like I'm in a movie. I feel like I'm in a movie. Like, okay, what is this? What is this? So let's see what this is. The evidence of, and I'm gonna try to say it in lay terms so it doesn't creep somebody out. I try to remember the evidence of us being our ancestors would be like eye color, skin color, hair texture. Like, how do you explain, how you have different eye color than all of your siblings, until you may say, oh, this person looks just like, you may see a picture of a great aunt or grandparent, or somebody in your family. Somebody goes, go get that picture of so and so. That child looks just like, they got the same eye color, they got the same facial shape, or same hair color as so and so. You could be the only blonde one in your family. Doesn't matter what your skin color is. Only blonde in your family, and everybody else has dark hair. And somebody's wondering if those are really your parents, until you find out, yeah, somebody way back in the bloodline has blonde hair. It's time to get serious. Time to get serious. Invest in yourself earnestly. Your angels are reminding you that your interests and goals must be taken seriously. If you put them on the back burner, the universe will too. Reflect now on a promise that you've made to yourself recently. Reaffirm your commitment to yourself and to that promise by repeating this mantra a few times until it begins to sink in. I am worthy. I am worthy. I am worthy. The number 125 is going to be significant to somebody. It could be like 125th Street. Something. 125 is significant for somebody. This color purple is significant as well. Somebody may come from a regal bloodline, a royal bloodline. 1 and 2 is 3. 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 is a money exchange number, but 8 is also a karmic number. Source is trying to get somebody to stay focused. 8 is a karmic number. 8 connects us with, and I'm not even surprised y'all see me shuffling the cards. 8 is also, when I say a karmic number, 8 connects us to death, rebirth. I'm telling y'all, trusting your intuition. 8, renewal, sexuality, death, transformation, shared finances, inheritance, loans, occult, mystery, and intimacy. Somebody's going to be looking back in hindsight and seeing how there's 2 karmics in your life that were trying to do a destiny swap with you and somebody else. Trying to do a destiny swap with you and somebody else. I'm telling y'all, a loved one who went before their time had to come back through you to complete a cycle. I don't know who I am talking to. Somebody had to come back to complete a cycle. And they had to show you exactly, this kind of goes along with your bonus reading. Somebody had to show you who the players were in a situation and who ended somebody's life. And remember, there's many different ways of ending people's lives. This is in your previous reading, I talked about how there's many different ways of people using spells. If you constantly hear negativity, something about your energy is one that comes around once in a blue moon. Y'all are very hardworking zodiac signs. Y'all already know that. But remember Saturn return. If you know anything about Saturn return, it may sound like I'm talking a lot in this video, but I really want you all to understand how important this is. Since you all asked, a couple of you all asked if I would just expound on this. But a lot of you all had to come back to solve some stuff that's been going on in you all's family. Yeah, a lot of you all had to come back. Because it's some things that have just been breaking somebody's brains, trying to figure out some stuff. And these energies trying to do destiny swaps, trying to loop you all into something. You and somebody trying to loop you and somebody into into their karmic cycle by any means necessary. And Source is like, no, Source is trying to break you out of something. I got to see something to believe it. These energies will swap destinies with you. Here you are. This right here, intuition, is your creativity. So something about your creativity will bring a lot of money to you. And some energies feel like they just want to come in after all the hard work you and somebody invested, and just want to come in and just swap destinies and just want to take credit for all the hard work and energy you put into it and swap destinies with you and somebody. Somebody better wake up before you find yourself in a whole different life. Looking back in hindsight going, gosh, I should have paid attention. You better turn your water on. You better drink your water. You better get near some water and start concentrating. Get focused. Get real serious. Get real serious. Because people keep making you all promises and they keep breaking these promises. And remember, your card is Saturn. And this is about setting boundaries and enforcing those boundaries. Get real serious. Real serious. People keep, promising you all stuff, and they keep breaking promises for you all. They keep breaking promises, and they don't feel bad about it. They don't feel bad about breaking promises to you all. And somebody needs to speak up. I mean, you all need to speak up. Saturn return happens every 29 and a half years old. I don't know what everybody's age is, but if you're 29 years old or 29 and a half years old, between the ages of 28 to 30 years old, only you know what your age is. 58 to 60 years old, 88 to 90 years old. It's a major life transition, meaning career shifts, marriages, breakups, moving, if you moved or someone that you love moves, spiritual awakenings. It also means karmic lessons, that's facing consequences for past choices. It means maturity and responsibilities, becoming more self-disciplined and serious about your life path. It also means building foundations, setting up structures, meaning career, family legacy for long term. It also means tests and rewards, Saturn rewards. How it feels is like feeling like you're being pushed to grow up, like pushed into facing a reality and this intense pressure to grow up. In other words, it feels like basically people telling you like you can't even express your emotions. They're basically telling you need to grow up, right? So if somebody wants to, I remember telling you all a couple of months ago, somebody was going to give you an opportunity for a whole year for you to just kind of like not have to pay any bills, just to kind of relax, earn your money, save your money. Somebody else may have taken that from somebody else and said, okay, here, you have this opportunity to do, like it's a competition or something, right? Because they're stalking, these, stalking readers, watching readers. Everything is a competition, right? It doesn't really matter. But you're not really making that much money for you to kind of branch out on your own, right? Everything is a competition, right? Something about your energy, you're not making as much money as you could for you to be independently out on your own, right? So somebody needs to get serious. Somebody needs to get real serious. Real serious. Because Source is trying to help you solve something. All right, here we have Temperance card. You need to get real serious about triangulation. Get real serious about triangulation. Source is saying Source needs you to see something from a higher frequency. There's a Sagittarius involved in something. You need to find out people's birthdays. Find out who is a Sagittarius in your life. There's a couple in your life. There's a couple in your life, but they're a karmic couple in your life that's been turning you against somebody. That's triangulation. And that karmic couple is responsible. They're a karmic couple. This number 8 right here is a karmic number. You need to trust your intuition. They are a part of a death. They're a part of a death. And Source is trying to tell you something through a lens, like your 2 eyes is the number 8. Turn it to the side, an infinity symbol. They're trying to link you to something. They're trying to link you to something. Adjust your crown. They're trying to link you to something. And trust me, they are stalking. They're stalking YouTube channels. They're watching every little thing. And so you don't want to find out in hindsight, because you need to pay attention to something. They're trying to attach you to something. You and a parent. They're trying to attach you to something. This moon right here lets me know during the full moon, they did some kind of death magic on somebody. Remember, this full moon was in Scorpio. Scorpio is the death card. It's the rebirth. So if somebody got sick around the full moon or didn't feel good or whatever, like they had morning sickness, that was an indicator. It could have been a man or woman that got morning sickness or felt real sick or whatever. They were doing some kind of death magic. They were doing some kind of death magic. Right? You need to get on top of something. You need to get on top of something. Read a book, something. You need to get on top of something. Okay? This is not luck. This is not luck. This is not where you want to be like, well, I'm still trying to figure something. You're getting all the good information right here. You're getting the information right here. This couple has been participating in dark magic for a very long time. Dark magic for a very long time. So you need to learn how to trust your intuition. Yeah. Yeah. So for you, you're going to feel like you hit the jackpot because this is confirmation if you figured it out. If you haven't, yeah. They're responsible for a lot of stuff that's being done behind people's back. And if you figured it out during full moon, then you got it. Right, you got it. Right? Master manipulator. Master manipulator. They always talk about somebody is on a high horse. Always talking about somebody need to be knocked down a peg or two off of a high horse, right? But they like to play dark against light. They like to play dark against light. They're either in a business relationship or a romantic relationship together. But you need to make a decision. Because they play some kind of role in some kind of a dark magic and trying to knock somebody off of a high horse, right? Yeah. Somebody's either sun or moon sign is in Aries, right? But your intuition, somebody basically is like it's their way or the highway. And so Source is saying to you, and then somebody could also be a Pisces too, because Pisces is the moon sign, the moon. So Source is saying to you, but there's also a Virgo involved somewhere in this too, because Virgo is a very meticulous zodiac sign, but it is also the south to the north of Pisces. But the point I'm making here to you all is that you all are highly intuitive, but you got to make sure you know what your moon sign is and learn how to pour into yourself. And if you cannot do that on a regular basis, bare minimum, listen to water, take your salt baths, drink your water, be near water, all because this is what they're doing. Y'all know how I post moon pictures during full moon? And that's something that is, because I'm very aware that to every light that I share with you all, these types of energies will do something in darkness. They'll combat anytime a reader or a psychic does something in the light. Like if we're teaching about the light side of things, they will copy it, but they'll do the dark side of it. They'll do dark magic to our light, right? So that's what I'm trying to help you all to learn. It's always a choice in which you choose. If you choose darkness, a lot of people cannot come out of that darkness. You can do dark magic if you can play with that if you want to. Don't be a fool. Everybody cannot come out of dark magic. Everybody can't come out of that. You need to come out of it, because you have a specific purpose to see exactly who. Somebody dabbled in some dark magic. This is what Source is trying to tell you. You are being used as a host to see exactly who plays some kind of role in the loss of a loved one. That's why you got 1, 2, 5 here. You're seeing something through your lens. I strongly suggest somebody watch that movie Ghost. That's why Source has you around somebody getting all these downloads. That's why Source has you spending so much time around some energies. I suggest you use your time wisely, because it's going to start coming in faster and faster during this full moon. So you should feel quite lucky, that you're on top of things. You should feel quite lucky that you're on top of things. These energies are, when people are, part of witchcraft is, a part of spell work is like when you're stirring the pot, right? When people pray over their food, they're praying, like people say grace over their food, right? You should be praying over what you drink and what you eat, right? And I mentioned this in your previous video, and well, it's already it's in the queue right now. It's going to go up after this video. But when you're praying, well, and I don't know which one is going to go up first at this point while I'm filming. That one may go up first. This one may go up second. Either or. I'm gonna put bonus on this one. Either or. But when people are praying over food, a person that is cooking, they're putting their soul into it, whether it is a toxic soul or it's a sincere soul, a pure soul in it, right? So if a person is standing over your food, gossiping and talking about people behind their back and comparing, competing and all that, that's the energy. Their energy is going into your food. And you're sitting there comparing, oh, do they cook like me? Do they do all? A person is arguing. It's supposed to be a time of fellowship where you're sitting down, enjoying your meal, a time where you're supposed to be, being able to savor what you're eating. It's supposed to be a time of joy and happiness and all that. But if you're arguing over the food, you can't even enjoy it. You can't even taste the flavor of what you're having, right? So somebody, because when you see 9 right here, 9 is the end of something. Somebody was about to create a wish that was coming true for a loved one who wish did not come true. 9 is a death number. So somebody's wish did not come true. They didn't get a chance to see a wish come true, a wish fulfilled. But it's coming through you. Their wish is coming through you, Capricorn. Something that they started, the wish is coming through you. And it was a creative wish. It's coming through you. So it's like somebody from your bloodline passed the baton through you. To you. So Source is saying, don't be a fool by waiting to physically see something happen. Like you're caught in a vicious cycle because you still on this. I gotta see something to believe it. No, you do not. You've been around friends that have promised you things and they have not honored one promise. Keep baiting and switching you into stuff. Family members, you got enough information to know what type of wolves you are around, what kind of pack you're running with. You got enough information. At this point, you got enough information. You can't even say you don't. You cannot even, at this point, you can't say, there's no way you can say that you don't. These are the types of energies, for instance, I'm going to use this for example. These are the types of energies, I'll use the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups, right? I'll use these two for example. So King of Cups would be like recording stuff, like because water is reflective, right? These are the types of energies. Water. Water is shaped and guided by the earth that holds and surrounds it. These are the types of energies that will intentionally move to a geographical area where you cannot record them. So you can't have the physical evidence because it's a two-party state, right? Meaning that the other person has to know. Remember, this is the year 9, right? So their wishes are being fulfilled. They're the one that's jumping out of a treasure chest. Remember, the year 9, Sagittarius rules 9th house, right? That's how Source wants you to see something from a higher frequency. The 9th house is about higher education, philosophy, law, religion, travel, ethics and morals, personal beliefs, and spiritual beliefs. A master manipulator will go and learn the law in a state that they live in. So it's a two-party state. So they mean they're getting their wishes fulfilled. This couple is getting their wish fulfilled because they have full working knowledge, not telling you that you would have to ask their permission to record something, right? So even if you said you had something on them, you couldn't use it in a court of law because you didn't ask for permission. So they would just sit there and snicker behind your back. Oh, they couldn't use it anyway. Versus if you lived in a one-party state, you don't need to ask for permission to record something, right? So somebody needs to look up some laws, because a master manipulator, now some things that everybody's not going to know the law, obviously. Everybody's not going to know the law. But these types of energies intentionally move to places where they know you cannot record stuff unless you get their permission. You got to get it. You got to ask them for permission. Can I record you? And they have to say yes. Them recording it, because they're so sneaky. They're dark wolf energy. You understand what I'm saying? So they're always trying to bait somebody into coming to where they are because they know that you cannot record them. But you can literally go across a body of water and record in that state. So that's what Source is trying to tell you. Get into it. Get into it. That's how you'll know. So they can assassinate people's character all day long behind their back and talk about them like a dog behind their back. Guess what? You can't record it because you didn't ask them for their permission. That's why Source has you around them for so long, because all the stuff you may have recorded and you could have had a whole bunch of dirt on them, you can't use it if you take it to court. You can't use it. You need to get the heck away from some energies quick, fast, and in a hurry. That's what Source is trying to tell somebody. With the quickness. That's why Source is trying to tell you, you need to get on top of something. You need to get on top of something. These energies there, like I said, trust your intuition, because your intuition has been trying to tell you that these energies are trying to do a destiny swap. Stop being a fool when it comes to some stuff. These energies are very intentional about how they do things. Everything with them is a method to the madness. Everything. Why do you think some people they speak so freely about talking about people behind their backs? They record everything. They take pictures of everything without asking permission. They know the laws. And they got the money. That's why they do what they do. Yeah. Yeah. They're always up to something. Always up to something. Always. That's what they always talk about, somebody running away from something. Nobody running away from something. They told you that there was an Aquarius that was running away from something. Because 7 in Knight of Swords is 6. And that's an Aquarius. They're saying an Aquarius is running away from something. It wasn't running away from anything. Right? Or somebody's running away, or it may not even be an Aquarius, but Aquarius runs 11th house. It rules 11th house. And 11th house is about friendships, community, goals, hopes, wishes, awareness, humanitarianism, technology, the future. Somebody could have been saying, a master manipulator was talking about somebody was running away from their future, like fast, quickly running away from a future, or some kind of future about something, or, you know, somebody was assassinating somebody's character behind their back, you know, and there was somebody had a knife in their hand, some kind of a, you know, running away from something. But the ancestors were telling you something. The ancestors just kept telling you about somebody who rode a motorcycle. Somebody who had a motorcycle, could be an Aquarius man. Like somebody was an Aquarius, and well, this is a man on the card here. Some kind of Aquarius man was like telling you something. Like somebody was like, get away. Like somebody was saying, get away from something. Either an Aquarius man was telling you something. Either they hurry up and got the heck away from you. And they would basically like follow my lead, get away from certain people or something, but somebody was not taking a cue from something. And somebody was still confused. Somebody kept saying, get away from certain people. It's like basically they was like, mirror me. So if it was an Aquarius and they caught wind of something, they may have said, hurry up, let's get out of here. Like basically copy me, get away from certain energy. They may not even know what they were. Something about when you're talking about something coming through the air, a person may not know what it is, why their spirit is being led. Your spirit guides could be saying get away from something and not know why. You ask questions when you get settled somewhere. Be like, okay, why was there such an urgency? Almost like you got to use the bathroom really bad. Why was there such an urgency? You don't even know why. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like when you feel like you got to use the bathroom really bad, it's like, okay, you're about to use the bathroom on yourself. Okay, as an adult, you almost like, okay, well, wait a minute, that would be quite embarrassing, right? Like a person who is, like something is sitting on your bladder, right? Like something is literally sitting on your bladder. You know, yeah, like I said, like something is sitting on your bladder, right? Like a moon in, like a Scorpio, like you're about to go through a rebirth. Like again, like you're going through a rebirth. Like, okay, like you're dying to use the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody's like, okay, so you're about to burst. Like you're going, like you're about to use the bathroom. Like you're about to, like I gotta get out of here. I gotta use the bathroom so freaking bad. Like somebody feel like, okay, there's an urgency. I gotta use the bathroom so bad. Like where is the next rest stop? I gotta use the bathroom so freaking bad. And so that's what Source is trying to tell somebody is like, it's time to get serious about your gifts, for real. It's really time to get serious about your gift, your spiritual gifts, and whatever other creative gifts. Somebody has a lot of gifts, and people see you as something and once in a blue moon. So let's get some more information, Source. Let's get some more information about this. And speaking of blue moon, believe in the impossible. Something about your gifts is that I don't know if people believe in luck. Another indicator too, as far as a loved one is concerned, in terms of like what you have, in terms of about somebody getting clear about their gifts. Because again, a lot of people see stuff in hindsight, but a lot of times people don't see stuff until you get clarity. You know, like after you've left something behind. I feel like somebody may have said to you, leave something behind. Like move on from something. Like sometimes you may not know how toxic a job is or how toxic certain people, places, or things are until you moved on from something. You may not even know how toxic an environment is until you move on from the environment. Right? The Source is saying it was time for you and somebody to move on, and somebody just could not see it. And like in hindsight, now Source is saying, okay, it's time for you to for real, get serious. Somebody was into dark moon magic. And now you're trying to be as conservative as you can with, trying to hold on to your money. And so it's like, forget that. You need to get away from something because some people are not telling you that I don't know where people live, but today, when you watch this video, you need to look up 1- and 2-party state laws in terms of can you record where you live? Can you record where you live? And if the answer is no, you need to find somebody you can live with and a place where you can move. You can sit there and be confused all day long. You need to put some structure in place. You need to figure it out. But you need to cut some ties. Because somebody is being bullied. I don't know who I'm talking to, but somebody feel like they about to have a complete nervous breakdown. You need to make some phone calls and get the heck out of Dodge. And learn how to pour into yourself. Because somebody is around people who are mimicking compassion, but they're not really compassionate. They're mirroring compassion. They're mirroring compassion and doing a whole lot of stuff behind people's backs. Somebody knows what was done in a house. Somebody knows what was done in the house to make a lot of money. Some people got, because you don't look like what you've been through. You don't look like what you've been through. You don't know like what you've been through. And people are too determined to turn you against somebody because you don't look like what you've been through. And all of this bringing out, see, there's a duality to everything. This Pied Piper here, it's a duality to everything. And these energies are so busy stalking people's social media and so busy stalking, they want to make sure they see something before you see it to make sure you don't see it. That's why you got all these candles here and all these triangles here. All of this triangulation. They are determined. Yeah. This right here, somebody got 2 Leos. Remember in tarot, somebody got a man and a woman, Leo, to distract you. So it's always people coming in 2s to distract you. So in hindsight, it always looks like, and they don't always have to be a couple, right? But they always come in 2s to distract you. Either there's some kind of partnerships in business or partnerships in love. It's always 2 people to come to distract you. So Source is saying it's time for you to get enlightened. Time for you to get enlightened. They always come in with some kind of confusion, saying they got your back, all of this other stuff. You know, they got your back with this. You need to know that God has your back. That's what you need to know. God has your back. You are around karmics. Source needs you to get focused. It's time for you to learn how to trust your intuition, because people are like, I got all of these connections and I know all of this and that and so on and so forth. So it's like, no, you're a prayer warrior. You're a prayer warrior who is connected. You're connected to Source, the Creator. It's time for you to get real serious about your intuition. Yeah, these energies are ruthless. They are straight up ruthless. Straight up ruthless. So I feel like you're going to feel like you have this whole new lease on life. It's like somebody's been trying to save up money. You're working hard. You're like working all these hours a day trying to save up a lot of money so you can have this whole new lease on life. And they know exactly what they're doing with this triangulation. You got to understand when these energies, what they do stuff in the dark. That's how they operate. Why in the world would somebody not tell you that you can record in whatever state you live in? I don't know where, because I know this is the internet, so I don't know what country or province or whatever. Look it up when you watch this video. Can you record people over the phone? Can you record them in person? 1 or 2 party state. If the answer is no, what else are they hiding? And if you feel like you've recorded something, like, you know, why is it that y'all feel so comfortable? And start asking people, do you mind if I record you? Stop doing stuff in secret. Ask every single person you talk to, do you mind if I record you? Either they're going to say yes or no. Either they're going to say yes or no. You be on the up and up. You don't be a dark wolf. You start asking them, do you mind if I record you? You don't do stuff behind people's back. That window of opportunity is going to open up wide for you. But if people think that they can't trust you because they feel like you sneaky, guess what? Your opportunity is going to go from local, it's going to stay local. It's going to stay local instead of international. So it's time for you to take a leap of faith. These energies are not telling you that they sitting there letting you think whatever. They doing that intentionally. Yeah, they doing that intentionally. So they have used a woman, Leo, in a romantic relationship with you, making you feel like it's a twin flame, but they've used a man, Leo, to make you feel like, oh, you know, what you do behind closed doors, you know, we're not going to tell anybody while they're recording something. But they've recorded you and a loved one secretly. Moon reveals secrets. That's what they've done to make money. Letting you feel like, okay, it's some kind of secret initiation. And while they're talking about you like a dog behind your back. And everybody's laughing. These people, they ruthless. I'm trying to tell somebody. I don't know who I'm talking to, but what else have they done behind your back? I'm trying to tell you, somebody is, when I tell y'all, pray and pray. Those are homophones. Words that sound alike, but they have different meanings. Y'all know that, somebody, if you didn't, you know. But Source is trying to help somebody love. Your ancestors have been trying to get a message through to you. So when you're trying to find out how ancestors will come back through, it's beyond just the physical, what your skin color looks like, eye color, hair texture, how you walk, how you talk, facial expressions. You will also inherit spiritual gifts. And so somebody may have left, they may have been caught in a karmic cycle before their time. Something may have ended before their time, and they're trying to come back to show you through your lens. There's certain people, certain types of people you cannot trust, Capricorn. You could be sitting right in the face of some people you cannot trust. These people doing this dark magic mess. And for them, you know, a lot of people will figure out like, okay, you can't trust nobody. Dang, everybody around you. You know how you hear some people go like, dang, where are the good people that keep you enlightened about stuff? Where are those people? You could have had a family member that was like that. They could have left this earth feeling like, dang, you can't trust nobody. Does anybody ever keep you enlightened about stuff? Is everybody a dark wolf? And when they finally decided, okay, you got somebody who was going to do right by them, dang, their life, maybe something, who knows what may have happened, right? So when we talk about blue moon, they could have left depressed about something because they could have been under some dark spell. That could have been a reason why they were taken out of here, because of a dark spell. And people could have profited from that. That creativity, this is when we talk about intuition, emotion, right? That intuition. And somebody they could have had that strong intuition that, okay, so let's do something around a full moon. Remember, full moon, that exposes everything, that intuition. So how often does a full moon happen? How often does a full moon happen, right? How often does a full moon happen? So we had a couple of full moons. We had a full moon July 31st, 2004, June 30th, 2007, December 31st, 2009, August 31st, 2012, July 31st, 2015, January 31st, 2018, March 31st, 2018, October 31st, 2020, August 30th, 2023, May 31st, 2026. Well, that hasn't come yet, but any of those dates, ring a bell for somebody around loved ones that you may feel like, okay, I lost loved ones around that time. That could be a loved one that's trying to come back through, trying to tell you something. And they could be trying to come in through your dreams, through your memories, trying to show you some stuff like there's some good people out here that you hit the jackpot with. Those people really, really are good people who are trying to keep you enlightened. Pay attention. Everybody out here is not bad. They are in human form. They're not perfect, but they're trying to turn a light on in you. You don't have to think the whole world is bad. Everybody out here they're trying to tell you, hey, look, you need to get away from these energies who keep trying to destiny swap with you. So when you got some of your friends out here that's like, okay, look, y'all, don't stay connected to these people out here that's, keep making you feel like love has to hurt. Just like I keep trying to tell y'all, close out these cycles. You don't need these energies who keep trying to keep y'all in these cycles of hurt, telling y'all that, you guys stay in these cycles of hurt. Keep victimizing you all. feeling like they got all of this dirt on you to remain your friend or in a romantic relationship or family relationships because they don't want to come out of a cycle and go get some help. So they always got to keep something on you. Somebody has a demon of lust. Somebody has a demon of lust. And they're trying to keep you in a cycle. So they keep putting people around you, keeping you in a demon of lust, thinking they got some dirt on you, keeping something over your head. And this energy is trying to come back through saying somebody is not judging any of that. They're not on some kind of high horse. So it'll put you in a position, Capricorn, of almost feeling like you got to treat people, that way. You got to have some dirt on somebody. Right? Yeah, that you got to have some kind of dirt on somebody, right? Yeah, like you gotta have this is the Lord of Hells. It represents the mastery of the 9 hells. It represents the mastery of tyranny and domination. He relishes corrupting mortal souls with his honeyed words. He rules and domains with an iron fist and punishes and inflicts the crossing him are legendary, right? And so it's almost like this person is a master manipulator. This demon is Lucifer's son. This is devil's son. This right here, this demon right here is Lucifer's son. He has a Leviathan spirit. So basically, like, I'm gonna keep you tied to me by holding your sins against you. Right? Yeah. I'm going to keep you tied to me through the multiverse. And Source is trying to Source is trying to let you know that even if you had a lustful spirit, that's a generational curse that you can break. Everybody is not holding that against you. Some people are saying that is a demon. Well, that is a demon. How can people hold your demons against you? That is a cross that you can bear. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. If somebody is holding, that's a lie. Remember, the devil is a liar. The devil is a liar. Right? Ask Source for clarity. You are a prayer warrior, solar plexus chakra cleanse. You can do this. You absolutely can do this. You deserve the best. You don't need to be around people who keep using people and keep saying, oh, you can do this behind closed doors. I got your back. I ain't going to tell nobody. You want to try something different? I'm not going to tell them, and they holding it against you. You have the gift of precognition. This is foreknowledge, telling you that you got lustful parents, and let's set your parents up, and you want to go through this initiate, you want to be a part of this, you want to be a part of this, such and such. Let's set your own parents up, and you feel horrible. More money is coming soon. Yeah. Yep. Leviathan spirit. Envy. Somebody has been around a bunch of haters. Misery loves company. Open your vault door. They don't hold the key to your vault door. They're in a crisis. They're in a crisis. Somebody secretly has a crush on you. And you don't want to be with anybody who has a secret crush on you. That is not feeding your ego. Close out the cycle in love. Don't give yourselves a headache over it. You have a new attitude. I'm trying to tell y'all, if somebody secretly has a crush on you, you do not want to be with them. I'm telling y'all right now. And demons are so crafty, it'll sneak up on you. So you really have to pray your way through something. And if you feel like you don't have the strength, God, just give me the strength for real. Give me the strength to put one foot in front of the other to get the heck up out of here. I don't care if I'm shaking, crying, knees knocking, teeth chattering, whatever. Give me the strength to get up out of here. I don't know who I'm talking to. Give me the strength to close out this cycle. But somebody is intentionally not telling you stuff. That's why they feel so free about, I don't know what state y'all lived in, but these energies feel real. They feel very, very free and reckless about saying what they need to say about somebody behind their back to you, because they know either you can't record it without asking for their permission, or they know they're catching you so off guard that you're not doing it, that you can't use it. You can't use it against them because you don't know the law. And you don't have to be an attorney. You just need to look up certain laws or talk to one. They've already done their research. They're hoping that you don't. Yeah. And that's why you're looking at people like resentful. And that resentment is growing by the day, because they've been doing so much sneaky stuff behind your back. You actually resent people. It's hard for you to close out a cycle and defend yourself, because they've been doing so much sneaky stuff behind people's back. This whole crew been doing so much sneaky stuff behind people's back that other people don't know about it. Maybe until now. Maybe until now. So let's see. Let's see how, this comes out. Yeah, they've been talking about it. Yeah, they've been doing a whole lot of stuff, getting their wishes fulfilled. That's how they should be so disrespectful to loved ones. Yeah, they cold. They cold as ice. But you'll be eventually walking away. That's why somebody else walked away. Because they cold. They cold-blooded. Straight up disrespectful. To a point where you feel so disrespected yourself. You just feel like, okay, I guess my loved one is out here, dropping it like it's hot and dipping it low for everybody around. Because these energies, they come together, they crowd up and they come together and set people up in secret. They always doing something behind people's back in secret. Sneaky. Don't tell people stuff because they're working with the religious organization doing it. Yeah, in secret. There's a Pisces involved in something. In secret. In secret. Yeah. Constantly always collecting something behind people's backs. Responsible for collecting stuff behind people's backs. I'm going to leave it right there, because that's not how the story is going to end, though. Because they're not the only one that has some stuff. They're not the only one that has stuff. So you're going to have to pull it together. You're going to have to pull something together, Capricorn, and get your mind right, because the energy is gaining momentum. The energy is gaining momentum. Energy is gaining momentum. You're going to have to do a solar plexus chakra cleanse. You can listen to solar plexus. You can do just a chakra cleanse from top to bottom. You're going to have to stop being bullied by people. Stop being confused. I don't know who I'm talking to. Stop waiting for more money to come in. Some people are in a crisis right now. Don't let it be you. Stop being so confused. And learn how to detach. With detachment, you finally feel whole inside, with or without the fulfillment of a particular desire. Ironically, that's often when it's fulfilled. Yeah. These energies sit around and record and listen to everything. You gotta wonder why you are so connected to so many shady energies who like to secretly do stuff behind people's back. Somebody has been collecting stuff behind somebody, responsible for collecting all of this stuff behind somebody's back. I keep trying to tell some of y'all are around some shady people that have been setting you up and who have been setting up a parent for so long. Somebody had to move away to figure out who was behind a whole lot of stuff. And when they finally figured it out, they said, okay, got it. But they got some stuff too. They got some information too. You're going to have to move out of your own way and learn how to trust your intuition. And stop letting people make you look like a fool. I don't know who I'm talking to. Somebody need to stop letting people make them look like a fool. Yeah. Stop letting people make you look like a fool for sex. It feels good, but in hindsight, after a destiny swap has happened and your life has been traded for somebody else's life, because you got some energies who misery loves company and your life is really, really miserable in the worst kind of way, and you sitting there with tears rolling down your eyes because you can't believe your life went from, oh my God, my life is, it may have been slowly getting better and better and better, to all of a sudden it just took a nosedive because all it took was somebody to bring in a woman. To please you, whether you're a man or woman, it don't matter. or a best friend, a man or a woman that said they got your back. You can try some little kinky stuff and they got your back, when really they were secretly recording some stuff and then telling you that they could use it against you, or use it against, or sitting you down and making you guzzle some alcohol when you have a low tolerance for some stuff. Or here, take these pills and take this and that. Now you can't get certain job. I mean, just messing your life up. Just messing your whole life up. I don't know who I'm talking to. It's either you or a family member. These energies, and this is somebody's family member that's doing this. Somebody's family member that's doing this. They just ain't just playing chess with you. This right here, they just steadily playing chess with you. See this chessboard right here? This is blood. This is blood. Playing a chess with you. Playing chess with you. Steadily collecting information. Just building and building and building. While you penny pinching. Pure craziness. Expect powerful change. Because the information somebody else got, they just sitting back watching. Just waiting. Sitting back watching and waiting. So you're not interested. Somebody gonna stop all of this secret mess. I'm telling y'all, somebody is gonna stop this secret mess. You do not want, there's no honor amongst thieves. I'm telling y'all, there's no honor amongst thieves. You can sit around and believe what you want to believe about people. I told y'all what happened on Easter. I told y'all, if you're new to my channel, you may have to go back and listen to another video. Please don't add no comment. What happened? I didn't hear that one. Then forget it. The video already long. Video already long. Somebody's in a crisis. Somebody's in a crisis. But you need to expect some powerful change. Somebody is very well aware of all the stuff that's already happened. You need to come out of a fog. I'm telling you, you got a loved one on the other side has been trying to show you everything, all the energies that you've been around. It's like you're on a Truman Show. Literally like on a Truman Show of triangulation. There is a reason why if people really wanted you to do well, they would show you every clear intention. Oh yeah, everybody needs to be involved. All of this stuff. Somebody been telling you these energies around you that are shady. Rolling the eyes at people, you just sitting there. What's wrong with these energies? They never even met certain energy. They're telling you this person rolling there. Well, you never liked anybody. Okay, all right. If you're a woman, you've been telling your girlfriends, oh, you don't like none of my boyfriends. If you're a guy, you can be saying, oh, you never like any of my girlfriends or boyfriend, whoever. Okay. How somebody never meets somebody and all of a sudden you just, well, you don't like it? Okay. Oh, that's triangulation. People are doing that stuff on purpose to you. Not because you're incredibly smart. Incredibly smart. That's not the legacy you want to leave behind. People know you have a very powerful legacy, but they're trying to separate you for a reason. That's why you're pouring out so much. These energies are energy vampires. They're literally trying to drain somebody dry. Literally trying to drain you dry. Take the glasses off. Take the blindfolds off. You got two energies in your face right now. For them, it's purely transactional. That's it. That's it. It's all about money. It's all about money. And somebody else already figured it out. Wake up. It's all about money. That's it. And you can try to convince yourself that it's all about money for you too. You can try to play that ruthless game if you want to. Until you're out here really looking for love in your life and you want to really build a family for yourself, when there's really a twin flame out here for you and somebody who really wants to start a family with you. I don't know who I'm talking to because a lot of y'all are married with kids and marriage is out here for you and you really want to build in a community who is not going to hold your past against you, somebody who really truly believes in you. It's out here, but somebody's going to have to leave the foolishness of shade behind. Somebody's going to have to leave these shady energies behind. So for some of you all, and I've talked to some of you all, especially some of the ladies, some of you all have geographically moved. So y'all know who I'm talking to. Some of y'all have geographically moved. So God had to physically move y'all away from family members. Some of y'all ladies, y'all know who I'm talking to. And that was a good move for you all. God had to like physically pull y'all up out of the ground like a carrot and pull y'all and replant y'all somewhere else. So good for you. And a lot of y'all feel 1,000% better, and I know that because I talk to you. So that's what I have for you all, Capricorn. But yeah, don't be too proud. Don't be around these proud spirits who keep you in the dark about stuff. Learn the laws of your state. You don't have to be an attorney, but the reason why so much water up here is because these energies are reflective. Something about your spirit comes along once in a blue moon, and right before someone, a loved one's dream was about to be realized, some tyrannical Leviathan spirit took them up out of here, played some role with somebody else, took them up out of here. A group. It was a group of energies worked with an organization and took them up out of here and played on their mental health. And what I'm picking up is during a blue moon. Something about their spirit gifts something once in a blue moon. And I'm seeing this color blue right here. And this moon right here. Somebody need to wake up. Somebody needs to wake the heck up. Because somebody's in a crisis right now. And I'm going to tell you, somebody got a lot of information. They got a lot of information. A lot of information. And I feel like something is starting to connect for you at this point. Something is starting to connect with you. The moon has moved into your zodiac sign. Something is coming full circle. The dot is starting to connect. Like really starting to connect in terms of you. I'm telling y'all, even if these energies lied to you and told you anything that you got, you couldn't use it against them. Somebody else already has enough information to use. I'm talking about pop the whole freaking lid off of everything they got. I'm telling y'all. That's why they're not saying anything. That's why their magic isn't working. They just waiting. Because they already know what their demons are. They already know what their demons are. They just waiting. That's what I have for you. That's what I have for you. But it would be in your best interest to get away from them. So don't be the one that's looking back saying, I wish I had listened. That's what I have for you. Bye.